Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgradetoalife.com and welcome to this quote of the week video, which will be around the topic of faith and trust in the unseen reality. So with that, let's just talk about this quote. It's a shorter one. I will give you my comments on that as usual. And this should serve as a really important reminder, right? Do you trust in your senses or do you trust in the unseen reality? So Neville said the following thing: "When I walk by faith, my steps are invisible, for I will be walking in the assumption of my fulfilled desire. Walk by faith and no longer by sight." And you will hear when you read Neville's books, when you listen to his lectures, when you study more of the law of assumption, you will encounter these, type of statements pretty often, right? Where Neville says things like, trust in the unseen reality, walk by faith, not by sight. And faith does not give reality to unseen things. Faith is loyalty to the unseen reality, right? So what does all of that mean? So, when you walk by faith, you're basically, walking in the assumption that things are already as you want them to be, even though there is no proof of that, right? This is why Neville said, dare to assume, right? Are you able to dare to assume that you are what you want to be, even though there is no proof? Are you able to dare to assume that even though you maybe have right now a health condition that you don't like, to dare to assume radiant health, even if your senses tell you otherwise? This might take a little bit of practice, but if you can do this, then you become a conscious manifestor. Then you will see the power that you actually have, right? And you will see that you're not tied to the senses, as I always or oftentimes on videos also try to point out, right? So when you walk by faith, your steps are invisible, because when you walk by faith, you already walk in the assumption that your wish has already been fulfilled. If you imagine the end and then you come out of that, right, you have two options, two routes to choose from. Either you go to the route of the senses and things have not changed yet, things are still the old way, I'm still seeing my circumstances, they still reflect back to me, and my past states, I still take my cue from them and stay the same, I perpetuate the circumstances. Or, wait a second, I already experienced the end, it already is done. And if you have problems with that, then check out the video I did on how to get into knowingness, which I will link above right now, so that you can get a sense of this, that there is more than only what your senses tell you. And if you accept this fact that your senses only experience like a tiny snippet of all that there is creation, right? It does not perceive the entire creation at once, but you realize that through your imagination, you can tap into unmanifested, non-tangible potential by experiencing these scenes in your imagination. They are happening. They are real. This is not a phantom of the mind, right? How society tells it, like, oh, you're imaginative. Oh, like this won't help you. Like, you have to be rational and chronological and, only, take at heart what the facts tell you, right? This is one way of thinking. Like, let people think this way if it helps them. But I figured out for myself that the imaginative life is way more empowering, because it gives you this inner freedom and this relief of, wait a second, this is already real for me. This is already who I am, since creation is finished. And you really start to do what Neville is saying here, because you really start to walk by faith and not by sight. You walk by faith. You just have this trust, this loyalty, this conviction of the unseen reality, of this unseen, not manifested reality, which therefore, because of this faith, right, then expresses itself, because you stay loyal to that. This is just a reminder of this video, right? If you want to learn more about faith, then also check out the video that I did, which I will link above right now, about faith, what faith is, how to get faith. Check this out, really powerful video I did a couple of months ago. So I hope that this reminder served you, right? Faith is basically you choosing to trust in the unseen. Sight and only, taking as true for you what your senses and your current circumstances tell you, that is basically not really godly. That is basically not really viewing life in a divine way. Whereas if you go with your imagination, then this is divinely, this is godly, right? This is what you're supposed to do, is to consciously live through your imagination. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I like to see your questions, and I get back to some of these questions here and there if I have the time, and if I see that these questions are, providing value and are good questions basically. And if you need any more help, right, if you want us to work together, then as you know, there are 2 links in the video description. One is my free class, and one is a link to apply for a free call with me or my team to figure out if we are a good fit to work together, so that Neville's teachings stop being hearsay and stop being just nice concepts, but they start to become a lived experience, like that you live from these teachings, that they become a normal lifestyle. So with that, I conclude this video. I speak to you in the next time. Bye guys.